Thank you so much, Anna, and thank you, Norma, and very, very warm welcome to all my friends in the pop movement and everyone listening to these important webinars. I'm so happy to be with you and to speak about the topic as to how young people can change the world, and in these particular circumstances, how we can remove the plastic menace which is now coming up basically everywhere on the planet. Uh, a question I very often get from young people is, does it matter what I do? Can I really change anything? The world is so big, the problems are skyrocketing. Does it matter what I do? And the answer to that is very simple. No one else will change the world. You must change the world. Uh, and if you look to history, nearly all the great movements who have changed the world, they were led by young people. Just give one example. I mean, for hundreds of years, basically for most of human history, slavery was normal all over the planet. Christian priests said that this is in the Bible. Muslim leaders said this is in the Quran. Economists said this is the British Empire will go down and under if you don't have slaves. So we need to keep up slavery to sustain the economy. That was the common view until some young people in London raised their hand and basically said, no, how can it be that we will have an economy based on slaves? And then they started a worldwide movement, which ended up because with every single nation in the world prohibiting slavery. True, some people are living today still under slave-like conditions. I mean, are very poor and with little freedom. But nowhere on the entire planet you can send the police to bring back your slave. And that's just one out of so many examples of how young people are standing up to change the planet and make it better. And overall, the planet is, of course, much, much, much better than it was in the past. Life expectancy now on the planet is 72 years. As recent as when I was born, it was 46. So there is huge progress on education, on health, on fighting poverty. But the big challenge of the 21st century is, of course, the environment, how to protect Mother Earth. There are three main challenges as I can see it. We need to defeat climate change. We need to protect Mother Earth, animals, and the beautiful nature of this fantastic planet. And we need to stop the horrendous pollution which is killing animals and humans all over the planet, which destroys our cities, and with the plastic leading, being left everywhere in the nature, is such a curse. So let me hold up one man who has really shown the way in this area, and that's Afroz Shah. I hope he will be able to speak after me, but he is a modest man, so I can maybe speak a little bit more about his enormous achievements. Afroz is living in Mumbai in India. One day he watched from his apartment at about the 10th floor of that building. He watched the beach called Versova Beach, right in the great enormous city of Mumbai. And it was so polluted, unbelievably polluted. It was close to half a meter of hard-packed plastic. And no one, of course, no loving young couple will go for a walk on that beach. No one will play soccer or cricket, which is the main sport in India. Simply, it was an unbelievable hell at the beach. What Afros did was remarkable. He just went down to the beach and started cleaning. The beginning, there were two. Then they were in the tens, then in the hundreds, then in the thousands. And it's no exaggeration to say that at the end, there were in the hundreds of thousands of people cleaning the beach. And then something very interesting happened. Business and political leaders said, oh, something important is happening here. Let us help. Let us provide better equipment, and let's change the political system so that we don't get all this plastic in the first place. And I just wanted to give you this exciting, inspiring example of Afros, and he will speak more, to stimulate and inspire you all to make similar moves. What one person starts can move so many hearts and then be big political movements. Let me give you three main reasons why we need to fight the plastic menace, three ways of mobilizing, and three practical steps we need to take to defeat the plastic menace. First, why is the plastic such an enormous problem? It's an environment, animal protection issue. Whales, turtles, seabirds all over the planet is diving down, trying to get something to eat. Even seabirds are feeding the chicks, and they think it's fish or something else, and it's plastic. And it's destroying the animal kingdom. A whale in Thailand a few weeks back, it was dying. It was vomiting plastic bags while dying. And how can we continue to treat environment and Mother Earth and animals like that? It must stop. But added, of course, this is also a health problem for humans. We are inhaling small fragments of plastic when we breathe. We are eating plastic when we eat fish, which have been swimming in the plastic. And we may get plastic from the water we drink because small nano or microplastics has been ending up in the water. At the moment, we do not know the exact impact on this on the human being, but no one has proposed that it's good for us to have all these plastics in our blood or in our digestive system. So it's an animal problem, it's a human problem, and it's an economic problem because tourism is a big job creator everywhere in the world. So millions upon millions of jobs in tourism. But who will go to a beach where you are swimming with plastics rather than swimming with dolphins or whales or your sister and brother? No one wants that. So for all these three reasons, animals, humans, and the economy, the plastic menace must be fought. How can we mobilize? We need to mobilize people, public opinion. That's why beach cleaning day is so important. Thousands and millions of people will start cleaning beaches, and they will ask themselves, how can we contribute to sorting out this problem? And then they will start influencing political leaders, which of course are the second group we need to target. Political leaders need to start introducing producer responsibility schemes, taxes and laws to regulate markets. And thirdly, we need to mobilize business because only business can scale solutions so that we are really fighting the problem. Don't be very impressed if you hear about a business who's running a small project somewhere. Demand from business that all those who use plastic, all those who produce plastic, should also be responsible for handling it. If you are a food maker or a plastic producer and you put plastic into the market, you are responsible for bringing it in and destroying it. That's the polluter pay principle, which we use in all our environment efforts. But if we mobilize the public opinion, people and business and political leaders like, say, Prime Minister Modi of India, then for sure the plastic problem can be resolved. Finally, what are the practical response we need to give to the plastic menace? Again, three. We need to stop the use of all those plastics which we simply don't need. When everyone around the table here, or can't we drink from a cup? Do we need a straw while drinking? Did my grandmother ever use a straw? No, because we can use the glass or the cup. Do we need plastic bags to carry everything from the supermarket? Do we need to celebrate with balloons which are ending up in the oceans and eaten by seabirds? There are a number of plastic products we simply don't need. Let's get rid of them. And political leaders, please prohibit them. The good news is, of course, this is now happening all over the world. The European Union is prohibiting a huge amount of unnecessary plastic. And also India, many states of India has done exactly the same. That's very good news. I tried to buy plastic cutlery in the state of Maharashtra last year. And the guy in the shop said, no. If you want plastic cutlery, you go to another state. We don't sell that here in Maharashtra.
So yes, let's get away with all we don't need. Then let's look into whether we can replace plastic products with new materials made from cassava or potatoes or sugar canes. There are so many opportunities to make uh, uh, plastic similar products, but made them in a way which degrade in nature. And finally, of course, we need large-scale recycling. That can only happen with business. It cannot be small efforts here and there. It must be big efforts. One company once came to me and said, we are running a very good project in an Indian village. Then I said, yes, good. But there are 700,000 villages in India. We cannot solve the problem if we do it small. It can only be resolved if you go to industrial, big scale recycling into either fuel or into new plastic products so that the plastic is used twice or 3 times or 4 times. But all this is possible just for political leaders to regulate the market and for business to step up, and we create a huge amount of jobs. The circular economy can create all, not all, but many of those jobs we now need after COVID-19. So thank you all of you for listening. It's a pleasure to work with you and to mobilize for this incredibly important topic. We have resolved huge environment problems in the world. No one is afraid of the hole in the ozone layer any longer because it's coming back. We have resolved the issue. Very few people in Europe and North America are afraid of acid rain. Again, yes, it's because it's resolved. And in exactly the same way, if we mobilize people, particularly young people, if we put pressure on political leaders and Prime Minister Modi or the European Commission or President Xi Jinping of China, if they step up and regulate the markets, and if business see all opportunities for new jobs, then we will resolve the plastic problem, and we will sit in 2040 or 2050 looking back to our time and say, oh gosh, it was so polluted. Thank God it's not that polluted any longer. Thank you.
Thank you.